guys, it's Lauren and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to be telling you guys about the Bunny Man under the bridge. So without further ado, let's get into the video. On Halloween night 2011, a 14-hour traffic checkpoint turned away over 200 people from the Colchester Overpass in Fairfax County, Virginia. Now, why were so many people gathered near a railroad overpass in a wooded area? Because of a supposed man in a bunny costume that had not been seen in over 40 years. Since the 1970s, the region around the Colchester Overpass had been associated particularly with one particular legend, the Bunny Man Bridge. Certain details tend to differ throughout these stories. However, one thing that almost always stays the same is that there is a man in a bunny costume who attacks motorists near a bridge by either throwing a hatchet or an axe at them. This legend is also featured in the movie Bunny Man from 2001. A historian at the Fairfax County Library dug deeper into this mystery, and he found two incidents that happened only 10 days apart from each other. Robert Bennett and his fiancée were parked along Guinea Road in Burke, Virginia. They had driven after a football game to visit an uncle who lived right across the street. They were sitting in the car when a hatchet smashed through their right front window. A man wearing something white over his head ran out from the bushes behind the car, threw a hatchet through the window, and shouted, "You're on private property and I have your tag number." Bennett immediately put the car in drive and sped off with the hatchet still inside the car with him. While Bennett claimed the man was wearing a white suit with bunny ears, his fiancée just thought it was a white peaked hood. 10 days later in Kings Park West, also along Guinea Road, a security guard by the name of Paul Phillips was patrolling an under-construction housing development. It was after dark and he came across a man in a bunny costume. He was standing on the front porch of an unfinished home, chopping at the porch post with either a long-handled axe or hatchet. Phillips described him as wearing a white bunny suit with floppy ears. When he began approaching, the man said, "You are trespassing. If you come any closer, I will chop off your head." According to a 1970 press clipping from the Minneapolis Star, the strange figure then turned and hippity-hopped off into the nearby woods. The Fairfax County Police opened an investigation and were hit with over 50 different witnesses. A few years later, in 1973, a student from the University of Maryland had submitted a research paper, and in this research paper were 54 different variations of the two incidents. Mary Stakira, I don't really know how to pronounce it. She was a reporter for the Centralville Patch, and she wrote that late one night around the turn of the 20th century, a bus filled with inmates from a mental institution crashed near Clifton, and two had escaped into the woods. This report continued the legend, and then locals found dead rabbits hanging from the trees, eaten raw. And then eventually one of the inmates who had escaped were eventually found in the same predicament. They began searching for the other inmate, who ended up cornered on the railroad tracks above the bridge. There he was hit and killed by a train trying to make his escape, and it is said that his spirit haunts the bridge ever since. The bridge wasn't even built until 1906, so there is very likely that there is no basis in history because it was a pretty new thing around the turn of the 20th century. Not to mention, kind of unrelated, but the bridge looks super creepy at night. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give it a thumbs down. I don't really care. Subscribe if you're new. Comment down below videos you would like to see next. I know this was a really short one compared to my last video especially, but I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!